Hey, what's up guys? Jacob Weber from Jacob Weber Fitness here today, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you on how to calculate your calories slash macros, whatever you want to call them. So we're going to find our BMR first. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 66 plus 6.23 times your weight in pounds plus 12.7 times your height in inches minus 6.8 times your age. If you're in kilograms, to calculate your kilograms to pounds, you have to multiply your kilograms by 2.2 to get them into pounds. And then for your height, if you are in, want to say, centimeters, to calculate that into inches, it is 2.54 centimeters in an inch. So just multiply your centimeters by 2.54, and then you'll get your height in inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with 66 plus 6.23. Make sure you have a calculator, by the way, so you can do all this math, or use your phone calculator or whatever. I weighed in at 173.4 today, so we're going to put that in parentheses. So it's 66 plus, and then in parentheses, 6.23 times 173.4. So then we're going to add, we're going to close off the parentheses, and then we're going to add, we're going to do an addition sign, and then we're going to put in parentheses again, 12.7 times your height, which I am 6 foot, 5'11", 3/4, but we're just going to round it up to 6 foot, and 6 foot, so, 12 times 6 equals 72. So we're going to multiply that by 72, and then we're going to close off the parenthesis. Then we're going to do minus, and then in parentheses again, we're going to do 6.8 times your age, which I am only 15 years old, so 15. So now we take your calculator, and then what I like to do is, I'm in like honors algebra 2, so this is what I do. So if you want a credible source for math, I'm kind of your guy sometimes. So I'm just going to do everything in parentheses first. So I'm going to bring down the 66 plus and then all that stuff. So 6.23 times 173.4, and I get 1080.282. Just keep the decimals just in case, because you never know if you're going to need to add them. The more calories, the better, I guess you could say. And then we're going to do 12.7 times 72, which is my height in inches. I get 914.4. And then I'm going to subtract 6.8 times my age, which is 15, and I get 102. So now you're going to throw everything you have in the calculator. So I have 66 plus 1080.282 plus 914.4 minus 102. So then we're going to get 66 plus 1080.282 plus 914.4 minus 102. So in reality, my BMR is 1958.682. That is what your body needs at just a completely resting rate. It's like basic metabolic rate or something like that. I don't remember the B, but I know it's metabolic rate, which is your metabolism. And so that's what you need, just if you're not doing anything at all. It's just what your body needs to run every day. And then if you're sedentary, you're going to multiply that number by 1.2. But if you're lightly active, multiply that number by 1.375. If you're moderately active, 1.55. Very active, 1.725. And if you're extra active, 1.9. I am going to be honest, and I'm just going to say that I'm very active. I could put myself in the extra active like category, but I'm just going to be completely honest, and I believe I am at the 1.725, which is very active. So you're going to take your number and multiply it by whatever number I just listed. So, like I said, sedentary, 1.2. Lightly active, 1.375. Moderately active, 1.55. If you're very active, 1.725. Extra active, 1.9. So like I said, I'm going to take my number and multiply it by 1.725. So that brings me out to, it's a big number, 3,379 calories. Which you're like, whoa, that's like, with all my training and everything I do, that's how much calories I need to eat every day to maintain weight, which is not what I'm trying to do. I am trying to gain weight. But now that you have this number, so mine is 3,379. I rounded up. It was like 3,378.7, so I just rounded up. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take that number and we're going to calculate your macros. So for proteins, which is like, you need this because if you eat your body weight in protein, like for example, I weigh 173. If I eat 173 grams of protein, my muscle should, in theory, stay the same. I do not gain muscle, I do not lose muscle. So if you're on a cut, make sure you eat more protein than you need. So you're gonna go from, like, the scale was 0.8 to 1.2. Make sure that your protein is at 1.2, so you do not lose muscle mass, because that's the last thing you want to do on a cut, is lose muscle mass. Trust me, I've been there, and I look like a stick, and we're not going to do that because that is bad. So since my number is at 3,379, I weigh 173. I'm going to take 1.2 because I'm on a surplus and I need to gain more muscle mass. So we're going to stay at 1.2. We're going to multiply my weight by 1.2. I don't really want anyone to go into the 0.8 category because that's a problem and you can lose muscle mass. So I suggest 1 to 1.2. It also depends on how your body takes it too, so make sure you take that into factor. So 1.2 times 173, and I get 207.6 protein. So we're going to round that up to 208. 208 protons. Okay. I call it protons because that's what Max Tuning calls it. And whenever I talk about Max Tuning, I call it protons. So it's just kind of like natural. So now that you have your proteins, you can do your fats. Okay. So usually what I do is I just take my fat and I just like multiply it by like 0.5. Like, you don't need a lot of that because it's 9 calories per gram. And it really doesn't need anything. You don't really need it, I don't think. I mean, it's definitely probably a good energy source there. But you're going to take your fat, you're going to take your weight, multiply it by like 0.5 to get your daily fat. So I would, in theory, eat 87 grams of fat. I mean, you can go up, you can go down. It just depends on how your body reacts to going on a certain diet. So now that I have 208 protein, 87 fat, we're going to see on how many calories that is. So we're going to take 208 times 4. We're going to take your protein, multiply it by 4. So in theory, for me, it is 208 times 4. And then you're going to add 87. you're going to add your fat times 9. So put in parentheses 208 times 4, close that off, and then put an addition sign, and then put another parenthesis 87 times 9. So like I said, I like to do the things with the parentheses first. So 208 times 4, get 832, and then add your fat to that. Add your fat to whatever you got from your protein, 783. So in theory, that is 1,615 for my protein and my fat. That's how many calories both of them are combined. So you're going to take your calories that you calculated before. So mine is 3,379. So 3,379, and then subtract it by what number you just got. So 1615 for me. And I get 1,764. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that number, whatever number you got from your big number after you calculated it all, minus your proteins plus fats, and you're going to get whatever number that is, and then you're going to divide that by 4. And that's how many carbs you need to eat. So, in my calculations, I need to eat 3,379 calories. I need to eat 208 grams of protein, 87 fat, 441 carbs. You can either go high or low on your carbs. It depends. If you go low on your carbs, put more towards your protein. If you're going high on your carbs, just don't go higher than what number we just calculated. And that's all I have to say. Just make sure you don't go higher than the number that we just calculated. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys were informed by this video. This is on how I calculate my macros and all my proteins and all that stuff. Because this is like, it's like 80-20 in my opinion. It's 80% nutrition, so what you're eating, and then 20% in the gym. It like for a cut, and for a bulk, and for maintain. It's always the same, no matter what. If you want to bulk, just eat more calories. If you want to cut, eat less calories. Just don't go lower than your body weight in protein. If that makes sense. Like, as long as you cut, just don't eat less than your body weight in protein. So, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Follow me on Instagram, Jacob Weber Fitness. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.